Come on, man. Come on, bro. Logan. What time, hey, bro, but I'm not the boxer.
The boxing world just got turned upside down as Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul finally happened at the AT&T Arena after Jake Paul pulled off a surprise win in his latest fight. You'd think the story would be about his victory lap, but no, Tyson had other plans. The boxing legend didn't just react to Jake's performance. He changed the entire script by calling out Logan Paul for a fight. Yes, the Paul brothers are no strangers to fighting drama, but this is next-level stuff. Fans are going crazy, social media's on fire, and everyone's asking the same questions. Why is Tyson choosing Logan? And why could this fight really happen? What does Jake's big win have to do with this?
No matter the weather, we never delay. You gave me commands, I always obeyed. I never let you go astray. I never thought I'd see the day that you would come and just betray.
Let's break it down. Jake Paul's latest win has sent the entire fight world into a frenzy. The problem child entered the ring with something to prove after facing criticism for cherry-picking opponents and counting more on his personality than his skills. Jake needed this win to stop the doubters. His opponent, a seasoned fighter who wasn't about to roll over for Jake's internet fame. By the time the final bell rang, the judges had no choice but to give Jake a unanimous ruling. The crowd roared, fans went wild, and Jake grabbed the mic to declare himself the future of fighting. Rated, someone else had a different response. Enter Mike Tyson, who wasted no time sharing his thoughts in the post-fight interview. Tyson was asked about Jake's effort. At first, he gave credit where it was due. "The kids got hard," Tyson said. "He showed up, he fought hard, and he got the win. You can't take that away from him." Now, here comes the big question. Why is Tyson going for Logan Paul instead of Jake? For starters, Tyson has always been about respect for the sport. While he's given Jake credit for growing as a fighter, he's also made it clear that the Paul brothers' antics sometimes overshadowed the essence of boxing. Calling out Logan might be Tyson's way of sending a message. If you're going to step into the boxing world, you better come right. But there's also the money factor. Tyson versus Logan fight would be a massive pay-per-view show. Logan's enormous fan base paired with Tyson's legendary status, that's a recipe for millions of viewers and an insane payday. I mean, let's be real, Tyson versus Jake, Paul was a multi-million fight, and we haven't seen anything like this ever before. If a fight with Logan will be nothing less. And let's not forget, Tyson is a fighter. He's not just here for the money. He's here to tell the world that even at 58, he's still a force to be reckoned with, Logan. Paul isn't one to back down from a job, especially when the spotlight's involved. Shortly after Tyson's words went viral, Logan took to Twitter with a simple yet cryptic message: "Iron Mike. Let's dance." Fans quickly went wild. Does this mean Logan is ready to fight Tyson? Is he serious, or is this just another ploy to keep his name trending?
Excited to see that version of Mike Tyson that is the killer come out on November 15th.
Absolutely, that's going to happen, but this is what I learned from prior experience. When that tough guy Mike Tyson comes out, when it's not necessary to come out, I'm always in handcuffs. So I'm very careful when that guy comes out.
You break out in handcuffs.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, man.
Every time I drink, get ready to get in a fight, I break out in handcuffs.
You'd think Jake Paul would be riding high after his win, but Tyson's call-out of Logan seemed to steal the spotlight. And if there's one thing Jake doesn't like, it's sharing attention in another tweet. Jake addressed the problem saying, "I love my brother, and if he wants to fight Tyson, that's his choice, but let's be real, this whole thing started with me. I'm the one bringing boxing back to the masses." Classic Jake, always making it about himself, but some fans couldn't help but notice a hint of jealousy in his tone. Could this cause tension between the Paul brothers? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, Jake isn't about to let Logan hog all the credit, all right? Let's dig into what went down when Jake Paul faced off against Iron Mike Tyson. A fight that felt like it was pulled straight out of a video game. The AT&T Stadium in Texas was buzzing with over 700 people. And if you weren't in the crowd, you were probably watching it live on Netflix, which turned this showdown into a global spectacle. Jake, being Jake, made sure his entry was nothing short of over the top, rolling in with it.
Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Custom Chevy lowrider decked out in diamonds and blasting Phil Collins' classic In the Air Tonight. Yep, the same track Tyson famously vibed to in The Hangover. Subtle shade or a smart nod? You decide. Tyson, on the other hand, stayed true to his roots. He walked out solo, no crew, no flashy gimmicks, just the chilling beats of Jay-Z's Murder Game, setting the tone at 58. Tyson didn't need drama. He was the moment now, the fight itself from the first bell. Tyson came out with fire, throwing some big shots and showing flashes of the beast he used to be. The crowd erupted every time he landed a punch, but the truth was setting in fast. This wasn't the Tyson of the late 880s. His movements were slower, his punches lacked their normal snap, and by the end of round one, you could see the toll Jake Paul was sticking to his game plan. Stay on the move, keep Tyson running, and pick his shots at 27. Jake had the edge in speed, stamina, and, let's face it, age. He kept Tyson at bay with jabs and clinches, slowly wearing him down as the rounds progressed. By round 4, Tyson was clearly tired, even biting his glove at one point. A quirky moment that only Tyson could pull off. Researching everybody, as the fight dragged into the later rounds, it became clear that Jake was in control.
There were more punches, you know what I'm saying? But it was a good entertaining night with great fights.
Do you think Jake took it easy on him a little bit, sir?
Well, you know, I'm glad he did if that's what he did. But,
amen.
You know, Mike did throw a lot of punches.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate
Tyson was running on fumes while Jake looked surprisingly composed. The crowd, however, wasn't happy by round 6. Boos began echoing through the arena as fans realized the fight lacked the explosive action they'd hoped for when the final bell rang. The decision was inevitable. Jake Paul took the win via unanimous decision with scores of 7-9, 7-3, 7-9, 7-3, and 8,072. While it wasn't a highlight reel performance, it was a smart tactical fight from Jake, one that solidified his status as a legitimate presence in the boxing world. A bittersweet night. He showed flashes of the old Meek, but ultimately Father Time remains undefeated. Despite the loss, his legacy as one of boxing's all-time greats remains untouchable. Jake, meanwhile, walked away with a $40 million payday, while Tyson got $20 million. A win-win in the business sense, if nothing else. You know, I wish he could throw more punches. The reaction from the boxing community to the Mike Tyson vs. Jake Paul bout was as heated as it was divided across the board among fans. Fighters and commentators expressed a mix of disappointment, disbelief.
Gonna win. I felt it in my heart.
Yeah?
I knew Trump was gonna win.
What made you know that?
Yeah, what made you know that?
I just, he's 27 years old. He's been working hard, and I just saw it. I watched the progression of who he is as a boxer, and I was the only one that was cheering when everyone else was booing him. That's my dog. I just knew it. I felt it.
Who do you want to see him fight next, in your opinion? Or who would you like to see him fight next?
I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah.
I don't know the answer to that.
Will we ever see you in the ring?
No.
You don't really.
And resignation about what many considered a spectacle rather than a real boxing match for some. The clash symbolized a low point in the sport, while others saw it as an inevitable result of the growing impact of social media-driven events in boxing. Former world winner Tony Bello, Terrence Crawford, and Nicola Adams were particularly loud in their criticism. Crawford, a two-wheat undisputed champion, didn't mince words.
I love seeing Mike out there doing what he loves to do. It's his passion. But I don't know. I think Jake looked a little soft tonight. He don't look like a real boxer, a pro boxer that's been training the last 10 years. So, you know, he needs to come see me one day. A guy that's in his prime that's going to walk him down and have that cardio. So,
Did you expect him to knock Mike Tyson out tonight?
I did, yeah. I thought, you know, Mike's a little bit older. You know, he had a problem. You know, they had to push back the first fight because, you know, he had like a stroke on a plane or something like that.
Yeah,
so,
also.
and I was just scared. I didn't want to see Mike get hurt. I'm happy he's walking out of that ring and he's healthy tonight. So, super happy. Everything went well, and you know, it was a spectacle. All the fans enjoyed the show.
You want to fight Jake Paul?
Yeah, hell yeah. I'd love to fight him. He's talked a lot of shit about me in the past. I'd love to see him back it up.
Can you in the boxing ring?
For sure. That's all I've been practicing the last couple of years, just straight boxing, man. Boxing and wrestling. So I know I can mix up the hands and implement that Tyson Fury style where I really just drag on you. I wear on you, and I just get in the clinch and dirty box and just put the pressure on. No one can keep up with me. That's why they call
when he said on social media, "I love Mike Tyson, but they are giving him too much praise. He looked like trash to train that long and only throw 97 shots the whole fight. It's crazy. I'm just glad he didn't get hurt out there." This sentiment encapsulated the concerns of many boxing purists who felt that Tyson's age and declining abilities shouldn't have been put on show against a much younger opponent. Tony Bello turned anger toward the crowd, pointing out that the public's appetite for such events has fueled Jake Paul's rise in boxing. Bello remarked, "We are all to blame for this man. Jake Paul, we are all talking and watching. We have to stop this fool. Don't tune into him until he fights someone who is fit, healthy, and not a grandfather." His criticism not only highlighted the mismatch in the ring, but also underscored the larger problems of credibility and ethics within the sport. Olympic champion Nicola Adams echoed the disappointment, stressing that the expectations put on Tyson's return were unrealistic. "I wanted to see Mike Tyson doing what he does, but he is 58 years old in excellent shape, but just not good enough to fight these young up-and-comers now," Adams wrote. Tyson's legendary position and health could not compensate for the decades separating him from his pride.